Odyssey, and today I'd really like to talk about how weed is making the South African youth weak and just deconstruct why the government is really legalizing it. Well, today's topic is not really for the weak-hearted. I'm going to say what most people are scared to say, that weed is really making the South African youth weak, slow, and also complacent. And I believe the government wants it that way. I used to be deep in space muffins. Let me explain what space muffins are. These are muffins that have cannabis in them and they are highly potent. I remember my first experience with space muffins when I was in high school. I remember forgetting all my problems, the fact that I had buried so many people within my life, but then I grew to understand that weed only helps you escape from reality, and that's the reality that I don't want anyone within the youth of South Africa to experience, which is why I'm recording this video. This isn't judgment, it's just truth. Ask yourself, why now? Why is weed suddenly legal while the country is collapsing, guys? So I really like to talk about this today, and stay tuned for more. Guys, before I go further, I'd like to deconstruct how weed is weakening our mindset as the youth around the world, or the youth within Africa, but more specifically, the youth of South Africa. So basically, guys, weed kills your hunger. You can't fight for your future when you're high every day. Weed keeps you satisfied with less. You stop wanting more. It delays your sense of urgency to build something meaningful, to train or to master or learn a new skill. The very things you need to rise, you lose when you smoke weed every day, guys. Look, weed breeds escapism too. Instead of fixing your trauma, you hide from it. Instead of facing your fears, you float while you're high. It becomes your comfort blanket in a world that needs warriors, guys. Comfort never built warriors, guys. Look, struggle is what we need to face, guys. Because you need to struggle for something meaningful. And when you're high every day, you really just want comfort. And when you smoke weed, it makes you escape from reality. You're basically daydreaming every day. You fail to see the world for what it is, guys. You're basically living in a dreamland. So basically, that's what's happening within the youth of South Africa. It destroys your focus and consistency. Yes, weed destroys your focus and consistency. You can't stay sharp while you're high every day. You lose drive, you lose discipline. One joint turns into a lifestyle of chill. How do you build a legacy like that, guys? How do you build or focus on building an empire when you're always high every day? Look, guys, it weakens your masculinity and edge. Most young men are passive and emotionally soft. Weed lowers your testosterone. It kills your motivation and it removes the killer instinct, the fire you need as a young man to be a leader. It destroys you slowly. You see, this fire that you once had as a young child, it dies slowly when you smoke every day. Joint after joint, it's dying. Yes, guys, and right now I also want to talk about why the government is legalizing weed. Look, the government is legalizing weed because it will be easy to control the mind of the people. It will be easy to control the average citizen within the country. It's chess, guys, not checkers. You don't need to kill a generation violently. You just need to numb their ambition, to keep them high, keep them poor, and keep them distracted. If we're all smoking, we are not going to rebel against the system. We are not going to question it. And we are not going to build something meaningful, guys. So basically, that's why they are really pushing this legalization of weed. Another reason why they're pushing this legalization of weed is because they want to make a profit from your poison. Now they tax it, they sell it. The same government that can't fix unemployment suddenly found time to legalize weed, guys. Ask yourself this: how does this benefit the poor black child in a township? How does weed benefit the poor black child in a township, guys? Because it just keeps him high and makes him escape reality, guys. How does the government even legalize weed knowing very well that it really just weakens your mindset, especially when you're below the age of 25, because during that time your brain is still developing? Guys, ask yourself, why is the government legalizing weed? Another reason why the government is pushing the legalization of weed is because it keeps the youth asleep while the system bleeds us, guys. Unemployment is high within the country. The education system is broken. Crime rates are really increasing every day, but you get to smoke a blunt in peace. That's the trick. Give them pleasure to distract them from their pain, and they'll never fight back to the system, guys. Ever wondered why us as the youth are not really rebelling against the system? It's like we're okay with it. Only a few can see through the illusions we're being fed by the system itself, guys. Why? Ask yourself why most of us. It's because we are distracted. We are busy grooving, smoking weed, and drinking alcohol to see the truth that lies in front of our eyes. We're too busy living in dreamland to see the real truth of what's really going on within our country. The truth is, the system doesn't want you to know, guys, because you're dangerous, or you're more dangerous when you're sober, sharp, and focused. A clean, disciplined youth is a threat. A generation that reads, trains, and builds, that's dangerous, guys. Look, but a generation that's high, confused, and lost, that's easy to control for the government or the system. So basically, guys, look at this. If you're smoking weed every day, ask yourself, is this even good for me? Am I really seeing the world for what it is? Ask yourself this question, guys. Weed is not really liberating your brain. It's making you dumb and more dumb every day. Every smoke that you take, it doesn't make you smart or anything. That's the lie that they sell to us because they want to make a profit from selling weed. Not only do they want to make a profit from selling weed, the system doesn't want you to know that you're powerful as the youth. Look, you think you're rebelling when you're smoking. You're actually following the trap they set. The real rebellion is waking up, saying you won't own my mind, telling the system that they will not own you and the way you think. They won't sedate you. They won't sedate your fire. That masculine killer instinct that is deep within you, guys. Wake up as the youth. That's what they fear, guys. That's what they fear. Not your blunt. They fear your potential. Your potential, guys. When you smoke, you're actually smoking your potential away. You don't want to be 50 years or 40 years thinking about how it all went wrong. And you always knew you smoked your potential away in your 20s or before you even turned 20, guys. Look, guys, before I end this video, I would like to mention that if you're smoking weed, I know it's very difficult to stop. I know you probably don't want to stop, or you don't want to hear me saying this, but if you're here, if you're already at this point of the video, then I know that you really do question why you smoke weed. Look, guys, I'm not going to advise you to stop smoking weed right now. If it makes you feel good, then that's fine. But if I had a child right now and he was smoking weed, I would tell them to stop smoking weed right now. So basically, if when you don't want to stop smoking weed, then that's fine. Look, I'm not saying weed makes you evil. I'm just saying it keeps you from becoming your greatest self. And when an entire generation is stuck in that smoke, we all lose. They want you high. I want you to be sharp, guys. They want you numb, and I want you to be dangerous. So, I'll say it again. Wake up before it's too late, guys. If you're below the age of 25, guys, stop smoking because your brain is still developing. I know I said I wouldn't tell you to stop smoking, but the truth is your brain is still developing during that time. And I'm not just saying this out of something I read, right? I'm just saying this from experience, and I am trying to use my pain to help those who are in need. Guys, this is the Orphan's Odyssey, and I really thank you for listening to this point of the video, and I hope I see you in the next one. Thank you.